Hello everyone, Be the Amazing Greek here. Our family has recently adopted a cat. My niece, she had to move, couldn't take the cat with her, so we've got the cat. And anyone who's ever had a cat knows they like to sharpen their claws and stuff. So before she even gets started, I'm going to make her one of those scratch and post deal. I had everything except the rope. I went to Tennessee Hardware. It's one of our local hardware stores, just right down the road instead of Lowe's, and got 100 foot of 1/4 inch twisted rope. It's sisal fiber, big thick twine rope, 1/4 inch. It's like $8 for 100 feet. I probably won't even use half of it. So what I'm going to do, I had some scrap woods, got a 2x8. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the table saw. We're going to cut probably 2 inches strips, and then I've got a baseboard here, and I'll secure one of the strips from underneath. Then I'll make an angled piece so that it can't go forward or backward, and I'll wrap the cord around the upright and probably on the angled piece also, just so she'll have some options as to how to scratch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set the table saw up. I'm going to cut me some strips the width I want, and then we'll move on to construction. Alright, just with this machine, just always use safety glasses to protect yourself, your ears, and I've got a pusher stick so my hand is nowhere near. So we're going to make 2 strips. I don't like this machine. It's loud and scary. It's dangerous. That's a scary machine. So we've guesstimated about how tall the cat will want to reach, and now so that when we cut our wood, we're just going to use our square to make sure our lines are straight. And I know it's just for a cat, but still we want to make sure we do a good job. So now we're just going to take the handsaw, we're going to cut that off, and once we have that, we're going to see what kind of angle we need to cut here, so that it'll set flush there, and then we'll cut here so that it sets against the floor, and then we can mount it, and then we'll wrap it up. There's Kira getting some practice with the saw. You're almost there. There you go. Good job. Doesn't take too super long. Alright, so we got our pieces cut. They'll sit together. And we trimmed our board up here so that we got about 3/4 of an inch on each end. Now, so that I get my screws mounted in the center of this beam, it's hard to see with this black paint, I made a mark 3/4 back for my post to sit on. Then to get the middle of this beam on the back, I just transferred those lines with my square. And then as the beam was sitting over here, I measured where the center of it was, and then I marked that over here. So when I go to actually put the screws in on the other side, I'll be in the middle of this beam. And I'll probably drill some pilot holes so I don't split anything. And then we'll be good. Once this is mounted up, it won't be that hard to mount the other attachments like that. It's the straight up and down one that's a little bit tricky. So that's where we are, and we're getting ready to drill some holes. Alright, so mounting the board, that was a little tricky. It just so happened that the thickness of this board, when we lay it like this, lined everything up perfectly. So we put some braces back here, press against the wall, and lined up our marks, and we just put the drill like that, and it worked out. So the next step is we're just going to set our piece here like that. We'll secure it, 2 screws each, and then we'll begin wrapping. Alright, to help us out here, we put a seat clamp and tightened it down where our wood is in position. So what we've done is we know how thick this is. We're trying to see where to put our screws so that we bind to this wood but we don't go through. So we've made us a mark here, and we're gonna with this clamp in the way, it should hold us in position. Let's see what we get here. Okay, I'll make sure that's lined up. Come on. There we go. Alright, I felt that grip. There we go, that's one. Alright. And then we'll just do the same up there, and we'll have it all put together. Alright, so we've got it put together. Now we'll take our 1/4 inch rope that we have, and we're going to use our stapler. We're using 9/16 staples. Before we got started, we made sure that we could secure them. So we're going to start up top, and we're going to secure this. Alright, our rope's there. Now we're just going to start going around and wrapping. I'm going to try to get it tight as we can. And then as we go down, we'll secure it here and there with another staple just to make sure everything stays nice and tight. And then when we get down here and try to see how we're going to lash across this cross beam here, and we'll turn the camera back on and show you what we figured out. Alright, so we wound down to the intersection of these 2 pieces of wood. Then, as we started to wind, we layered them here until we got to the internal meeting point here. And we used a few staples here to keep it in place so everything's staying tight and not moving on us. And then we started looping under, and after we had a couple layers, we hit a staple there. So I cut just a length of string. We'll probably end up coming down to here, and then that's the end of it. And, as soon as I get the last bit stapled, we'll show you the finished product. Alright, so there we go. Got the cat scratching post there. The rope is all tight, bound up real good. Got a good screwed in good, plus now we got the rope binding it all together. How's just for a cat? And what's the dimension? Somebody's gonna ask what's our scratching post thing here is 18 3/4. Our base is 15 3/4 by 11 1/4. So then your angle piece here, it doesn't matter where you put it. And that way she can mess with it. It's not going to fall over, nothing like that. So, cat scratching post. Not the most exciting project, but something I had to do. So there you go. So, thank you for watching. And if you got a cat and you're tired of your furniture getting scratched up, maybe this will help. If it doesn't naturally draw her to it, of course we'll get a little bit of that catnip spray, you know, kind of get them, make her want to get a buzz. That's all it does for them, get some high, so it's funny. But simple project. We just made it from scraps, except the rope I had to go get $8 for 100 foot. So we'll end up using it for something, so it won't go to waste. So thank you for watching. That's another project by V and Kira. So we'll catch you next time.